Stockholm and the Azamara. This is a magnificent way to travel. Have a look at this.
Well, Azamara, Paul, I mean, you know, we were talking about this before the show, and you rightly mentioned, of course, the ships are smaller. They are 30,000 tonnes, which may not mean anything to people. What it basically means is that there's just under 700 people on this ship, compared with maybe 2,000 or 3,000 with other lines, depending on the line. It's been extensively refurbished just last year. It's very, very beautiful. And this is a friendly, relaxed, sophisticated, unpretentious environment. Think of like a really nice country club at sea, where you're just going to make lots and lots of friends. There's a very high ratio of crew to guests on board, so you know you get a very high ratio. So for this, there's 408 officers and staff, only 700 of you, so it's better than one crew member to every 2 guests. So you really do get looked after. They like to anticipate your needs. This is the big thing. You have like bands welcoming you on the shore side as you come back from tours. You'll find that you have the officers actually mingling in the evenings and chatting to you, sharing their own port experiences. It's actually called more inclusive as well, which means that your wine, you know, your drinks, your teas, your coffees, your bottled water is all included in the price. And this as well, you're also getting your tips included in this deal. And of course, you've got a great selection of different restaurants. Yeah. There's loads of different beautiful restaurants like Prime Sea and Aquilana for great tastes.
I love your analogy of it being like a country club at sea. I was lucky enough to be on that ship some years ago, and it is beautiful. If you like the finer things in life, you are going to love this cruise. Let's go on the journey. We're going to fly to Stockholm first. Let's have a look at what we can expect to see in Stockholm.
Well, this is spread out across 14 islands. Again, this is a place where you must be out on deck before you arrive. You're going to sail in. It takes about 2.5 hours to sail into Stockholm, and it's stunning. You'll see locals waving too across these little islands. It's amazing. Now, of course, Gamla Stan is the real highlight, I believe, of Stockholm. It's one of the best preserved medieval city centres in Europe. A wealth of pedestrian-friendly sites, including a magnificent cathedral, the Royal Palace for the changing of the guard. You've also got the Nobel Museum right on the front doorstep there. But my favourite museum here is the Vasa Museum. It's an ancient warship that sunk in 1628, and it's 95% complete. It's covered, and you can explore that warship in immense detail. If you want to kick back and just maybe get a traditional Swedish massage, try some of the Swedish crumble cake and the coffee that they have, because Stockholm is the best for coffee and cake. Really, really good. My favourite tour is the historic rooftop tour, where you go up 130 foot above the city on the former Parliament building. You go up there with safety harnesses, and it just gives you amazing views of the whole of the city. Really, really good fun. Or, of course, it's a city with water all around it. Do a little canal tour, get on one of the little ships and see it from the water. Beautiful. From there, we're heading to Helsinki, another part of the world, Paul, which is dominated by water. This is known as the daughter of the Baltic, full of neoclassical buildings and this beautiful, graceful architecture. It's also a stunning harbour. You're seeing here Semolina Fortress. That's my big thing to do here. It's an UNESCO-protected sea fortress, which again is spread out over a couple of islands. Take a picnic, you know, even take it from the buffet on the ship, put it into your rucksack and go out there and just enjoy amazing views and a wonderful day out at an untouched piece of paradise. There's a great Lutheran rock church here, used to be called the Rock Church, which is built into solid rock. And beyond that, head into the main town square. You can do little canal cruises from there, and there's a beautiful little flower market.
Well, then we continue our journey. We go further east and we take you all the way across to St. Petersburg.
Yeah, we've got 2 overnights here, Paul. That's so important. That's very rare to get 2 overnights, and you need it here. This is Russia's window to the west. There is so much to do here. And it built by Peter the Great, built on many of the main European cities. Again, it's ruled by the water and by canals, and it's full of beautiful big palaces. You've got the Hermitage, over 3 million works of art, including, of course, within that, the Winter Palace. You can enjoy a magical night at the Conservatoire Theatre, which in itself is so special. But not only that, on one of these nights, you mentioned before, they're going to get an Azamazing evening, and this is unique to Azamara. Azamara put this on for free. The whole ship get off. You're going to go through to a beautiful Milosky Theatre, which is one of the oldest theatres in Russia. You're going to see a special performance of ballet just for you. There's champagne on arrival. There's the red carpet treatment, and again, this is just for you, the people on that ship on the Azamara. There's going to be no one else there. It's very unique within the whole of the cruise industry. They do this. Beyond that, you maybe want to go and try the vodka bars on the Nevsky Prospect and go and do a bit of designer shopping at great prices. But there's literally so much to do here. St. Petersburg is an absolute dream. That's the Church of Blood, one of my favourite places. It's like gingerbread architecture. You can almost break it off and eat it. And they actually stored potatoes in there during World War II. But nowadays, of course, it's a splendid palace for you to enjoy. So just enjoy
Well,
St. Petersburg.
I think you've already got an idea. There's a lot to see in St. Petersburg, and of course the great thing is you have got 2 full nights to stay there as well. Then we continue our journey. We go to Tallinn.
Yeah, this is great. No, I love Tallinn. This is like walking back into a fairy tale. Again, it's a walled town. It's incredible, and it dates back to the 1400s, and it's literally remained pretty much unchanged since then. It's like a medieval storybook. You can see the wonderful Timpia Castle, which is the wonderful pink front, where you see the Parliament there, and the fantastic Alexander Nevsky Russian Orthodox Cathedral, which again you're seeing in the picture there. Really stunning architecture. But for me, it's all about the main town hall square. And here you get the oldest surviving Gothic town hall in Europe, which is stunning. You've also got loads of little wine bars and restaurants around it. A lovely little fragrant flower market on the front doorstep. And a great restaurant, which will be unique. It's called the Old Hansa. And here you can get everything from bear meat to wild boar to elk sausage, wild juniper, beer, mead, the old honeyed mead. It's incredible. It is like you imagine Hansel and Gretel and various characters to jump out at any moment and kind of, you know, start talking to you. It's an amazing experience.
Well, if you're clamouring for the phone right now, let me just remind you of the saving on here. It is better than half price. You are saving more than £1,300, and that is a beautiful ship to enjoy the Baltic on. So I think many of you will consider that to be the trip of a lifetime.
You know, Roger Moore is a big fan. He cruises with Azamara quite a lot, and he recommends them wholeheartedly, you know. So you imagine the style of Bond, you know, one of his girls on here. That's what you're buying into here, that real sophistication. And it's best for dining, entertainment, service, value, shore excursions, and best overall in the midship category.
Well, let's just take an opportunity to go through what's included for you. The journey is on the 10th of July. You've got free flights, that's return flights from London, Glasgow, and overseas transfers included. Again, talk to the team if you want to talk about any deviations to that. Then you've got that free tour that we discussed just a few moments ago, where you actually get to go to the theatre. It's a red carpet experience, free glass of champagne. It's amazing, and that's exclusive to that particular cruise line. Overnight on board in Stockholm, 2 overnights available in St. Petersburg, and then of course all the meals, the drinks, snacks and tips are all included. It is an amazing trip, and to have 2 overnights is very, very unusual, so enjoy it.
And also the overnight in Stockholm. It's very rare to get overnights in Stockholm. Not a lot of companies do that, Paul, so it's a really wonderful way for you to enjoy that particular city.
Let's have a quick look at some of the tours that are available for us then. So
there's the Vasa Museum I was talking about, that wonderful ship that sunk back in 1628. Incredible thing to do. That's very much that's a really good value tour, that. And of course, sightseeing in St. Petersburg. There's so much to do there.